I'm Louisa Barton with the Horse Talk Show, here with Dr.alberto at EPIC, Equine Performance and Innovative Center, and some incredible therapies here, whether it's to complement what you're already doing with your veterinarian, whether you're a patient of Dr. Rullan's and you'd like to see faster recovery. There are lots of alternatives here. It's incredible. Actually, I'm thinking we need one of these for people here in Ocala. I'm going to let Dr. Rullan tell us about some of the other therapies that we haven't discussed yet. One of those being Magnawave, that I've personally actually had that therapy for my horse and seen it to be very effective, as well as the vibration plate. Dr. Rullan, tell us about some of the additional therapies available.
Yes, Luisa. We have, in addition to the ones we've discussed, in addition to the saltwater spa, hyperbaric chamber, aqua treadmill, we have the Magnawave, like you mentioned. And the Magnawave was actually researched back in the days by space investigators, by the NASA. Did a lot of research on the Magnawave, and they were trying to figure out how to regenerate nerves. That's most of the research comes from there. And it's a beautiful machine. What we found out is that not just for helping for nerve issues, but it also helps for muscle. And some of the most successful cases we have had with it is when we use it in complement with other machines. For example, a horse that is having a lot of muscle. Let's say a horse is laminitic and cannot put a lot of weight on the front end. So what that horse is going to do is going to put a lot of weight on the hind end, right? And by putting a lot of weight on the hind end, they actually will start getting weak. And we have found out the Magnawave works great by getting those muscles to recover fast and to get those blood vessels, get those muscles stimulated. And you almost can see, and you have seen some of these videos where you can almost see a horse completely going from a muscle fatigue to a horse that is starting to move better and better and better all the way out until they're walking normal. And it's very interesting and very amazing how we can get those with the help of the Magnawave. We use it a lot in back pain, and you're going to find tons of controversy with this treatment. Why? Because there's not a lot of control studies where there's not a lot, someone hasn't put 100 horses with back pain in treatment and then 100 horses with just Magnawave treatment. Usually it doesn't happen. So we don't have that research data, and unfortunately a lot of it is anecdotal, right? What we have learned with experience. So, but what we have seen with experience is that it actually helps with back pain as well. So if a horse, that's why you see a lot of horses that come here and they just come here for Magnawave and an aqua pacer. They are working to go to a battle race show or to go to a dressage show or to go to hits, and they come here, they get aqua pacer, they get the Magnawave, and then they go. And they come and they do it 3 or 4 times a week because they see the benefit on how that horse gets stronger in the aqua pacer, right? And decreases the back pain also by using the Magnawave.
Incredible.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about the vibration plate.
Vibration plate, interesting also the research behind it. In people, if you research vibration plate, you're going to see...
I've been on one at my chiropractor's office.
Isn't it fun?
Yes.
It's really fun. You actually feel good afterwards. Yes. I have a friend who was a jockey who he fell from a horse, and right almost at the end line, at the finish line, he fell. His body flip became a zero, right? His body just completely inverted on his column, and his vertebra spliced in half.
Oh my goodness.
This guy went to surgery and ended up in chronic pain. He obviously was in bed, in wheelchair, and he was in chronic pain for the longest time. He couldn't get a job riding, but his life was a racetrack. So the only job that he was able to have was to hold horses. It happens that at the barn where he was, his job was to hold horses in the vibration plate. He had no idea what would happen, but he would get on the horses with the vibration plate. He would get on the vibration plate with the horses, holding the horse, and he started moving a little bit, and then you saw him later, and he was moving a little more, and then he kept improving, and the results was amazing. He was able to bend over. You would see him walking around the sails normal. He had a really, really great recovery.
Oh my God!
A complete incidental finding, and I know that's a case of one, but that would sparkle my interest on it. And then after that, I experienced it with horses. I started reading, what do they do? What's proven out there that it does? Well, there's some data is proven. For example, one, a vibration plate in a horse that is been resting for a very long time will help prevent bone loss. That's already proven. There's some data whether it helps growing hoof growth, and that data, some people debate it, some people don't, but some people have seen some results with it. And there's also some data that it says it improves your back muscle. So you wouldn't think about it, but they put horses in a vibration plate, and then they measured the thickness of some back muscles, and it actually improved, made them bigger. So obviously there's some benefits about it, and more research is starting to come, and it's going to keep coming. But basically, I have a horse here that is going to be quote unquote stall rest because of a fracture or a real bad tendon or ligament that the horse is going to significantly decrease his movement. I put in the vibration plate to help prevent the bone loss and help that tendon to start getting more circulation, to get it stimulated.
I was going to say circulation's a big part of it, right?
Yes, it has been very difficult to prove how much it increases circulation. It's a theory, but for those of us who use it every day, we're pretty confident it does. We just haven't been able to prove it yet with a probe and a controlled research scenario. But
right.
the anecdotal cases of the thousands of horses that we see every year going through, it's pretty amazing.
Wow! So you've seen some really good results.
We use it.
With
we
a
have
variety of horses.
Correct. And especially because we put horses there that are supposed to be in stall rest, not moving, and in theory, those horses are supposed to be losing bone loss.
Right.
Losing bone, so
right.
suffering from bone loss.
Mm-hmm.
So if they actually not losing the bone that they were supposed to be losing, then it's working, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it is evident when you put a horse that it has a soreness, and you've been putting it for a whole month, and you see the horse walking a little better. That's also enough evidence that it's actually
right.
It helps a little bit.
Absolutely.
Right?
Now, interval treatments on that, what would you recommend? I'm sure it varies from case to case, but
we actually do 20 to 30 minutes a day.
Really?
That's about it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And the horses generally, when they come back off that, are in a great frame of mind and seem more relaxed and.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Absolutely. The horses, there's plenty of data on that, how horses love it. As a matter of fact, I have a client that has a vibration plate, and she puts a vibration plate far away, and the horse just goes and step on it because he loves how it feels. Just because he loves how it feels. Yes.
So very therapeutic.
Very, very therapeutic.
Very therapeutic
mm-hmm.
and great for horses that maybe are locked down literally in the
yes.
stall because they can't do very
yes.
much due to an injury.
Yep.
Able to get them out and give them that movement and improve circulation, obviously, because when you're standing in a stall,
right.
That's something that's going to be affected a lot. So overall, great results with both Magnawave and the vibration plate.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Like great complementary therapy. As a matter of fact, sometimes we have a horse in the vibration plate getting Magnawave.
Wow, wonderful.
Very.
So put the two things together.
That's right.
Wonderful. And overall, your results with probably thousands of horses with a combination of the two, very effective.
I believe we did 300 and some horses last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Dr. Alberto Rullan, miracle performer here at Epic. I think Epic fits very well to describe this center and all that he can do for your horse. As I said, whether you're already treating your horse and you want to complement with these services, or if you want to come here as a patient and your horse can actually get conditioning and therapeutic treatments for better overall health. I'm Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show.